Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, but please stop. How is the sync today? 1, 2, 3. We have audio-visual problems quite often, so I can just put my head here and you won't see me speak, and it'll be like a podcast. Welcome to the Bass Guy Show. Thank you, Sandy. My name is Bass Guy, and this is a live, interactive music, quote everything, quote music, quote comedy, quote chat show. You can Skype in and call into the show, which makes it interactive. We have a different theme every week, and this week's theme is 1980s week. Everything you hear and see, I'm doing live. I can change the music. I can release cabin pressure, which is not so good for TV ratings, I guess. This is the Bass Guy car this week, and we have a different theme, and we also, the best part is we have a live chat board. So hello, this is live. This is real streaming. 1, 2, 3. We have Bass Guy bread truck driving by. We're situated here. Wow, it's so hot. Situated here live in Montreal. Times are tough. We've run out of bird seed. So I put some shredded wheat out on the bird feeder. If you were here for the show warm-up, we gave away a free car to everybody, and I went outside and ate the shredded wheat on the bird feeder. Let's say hello to the people on the chat board. Hello, Sloppy Unfocused in New Jersey. I accidentally smeared my dog shit into the grass this morning. Not good. Hello, especially on a hot day. Hello, future people, says Sand Monster, and Gajan says hi, both in Florida. Quote, says Middle Class Batman. Welcome, Middle Class Batman. Thank you for all the love and support lately. I'm surprised that anyone is here today. It is about 100. Let me just fix the chat board here a little bit. It's 100 to 110 degrees all across North America. Heat wave and warning. Our good friend Frankie McDonald has warned us of that. And I'm going to play some music for you. I play the bass, I play the 6-string overwater fretted guitar, and I play the fretless 5-string tuned up like a 6-string. We do jazz, we do funk, we do loops. We also do electronica and modern music, but we also do like Willie Nelson and folk. There are no boundaries. Everything is an imaginary line in the sand, so we welcome you. We also welcome the future people. The people on YouTube who may be watching this. You are our future and we are your past. Unless we're watching the YouTube things in the future, then we're both our future and past. And then once you realize that, you just literally disappear into the space-time Bass Guy continuum. BG quiet. BG be quiet. We're having a conversation on the board. Sorry. Please relax, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's known in the industry as a professional comedy joke. You're dealing with professional comedy jokes. Our green screen is going to be more on fleek than usual because when the sun is super, super bright, the light floods through the curtains a little bit. We have like 8 lights on in here, and the fans are off and everything just for noise pollution. If you'd like to call into the show, you can. This is one of my favorite books. I gave my book to my dad just before he passed away. This is probably the last book he read. This is, I'll tell you about my papa another time. Beautiful man. Adolf Hitler, My Part in His Downfall. It's Spike Mulligan. He was on BBC Radio. He was a radio personality and TV personality, and he's incredible. He was in the army, and he was in World War II, and he writes about the whole thing like a comedy. So everything that he sees, see when I do that, whenever there's white, the green screen, when you open this, space-time continuum disappears. He had a great sense of humor in the worst of times, which proves that you can have peace amongst the noise. Often we're humans, and like our good friend Eckhart Tolle from Vancouver says, that's where our producer is right now, Larry. He's on there on production education mission. Eckhart Tolle says that the biggest addiction is that we think too much. We get lost in our heads, and I'm a victim of that myself. So This is a great book. Great book. So, welcome to the Bass Guy Show. I'm rambling. I'm a rambling man. I'm wearing Coach Ray's shirt and hat. We have Chicky Mickey's green screen, and I'm organizing the show right here, right now on the Bass Gang's monitor through the Dave Hancock organization. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoy our theme this week. It's 1980s week. I like to explain the whole show at the beginning because I like to welcome any new viewers or anyone who might see this in the future on YouTube. This is episode 540, and this week's theme is 1980s week. And that's it. So that's Bass Guy in a nutshell. No, you're not a joke middle class man. You're a middle class father who in his spare time likes to fight crime in disguise. Gajen is in Florida in her new digs. I hope everything's cozy where you are. And Sand Monster, you're awesome. I got the Shaka-Block working. I can feel it working. Let me show you the Shaka-Block here. People send things into the Bass Guy Show. You guys are the Bass Guy Show. This is Bass Guy City. And this is Frankie McDonald, a gift from Sloppy Unfocused. This is a bobblehead, and part of the proceeds go to Canada Autism. Frankie McDonald is our weather correspondent, and he insisted, he said, I must show his news segments on my program. We got people walking down the street. We got cars driving down. We're in Montreal. We're rambling. We're talking. And as I said, I haven't forgot, this is the Shaka-Block that Sandy. I picked some flowers for you guys. I just wanted to put some beauty in the world, so I went and picked you a nice little flower and put it in a vase, tomato. And here's the Shaka-Block. It's got 7 different levels. You can put it on kind of calm levels. What level should we go on today? I think Sandy says if you need protection, you go on to Shaka-Block level 4. So we're currently at Shaka-Block. That guy was on your grass. Well, I have a story to tell you, actually. We'll get into the music soon. I do want to try and relax today because it just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Level 9,000, says Sloppy. See the lawn out here. I moved into this apartment 3 years ago, just during my first back operation. I had 2 back operations, and that's why I live here and do the show. I'll get into that another time. This was wasn't even a parking lot. It was just full of gravel. And I did go out there. God damn it, shitballs, it's hot today.
Talk of love and long suffering.
Very, 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 very hot. So after we introduce the show, there goes Running Man. We like to relax. We need to find our center. You don't need to be anything that you aren't. If something is to work in life, it needs to be authentic. Find your inner peace and let go. There we go. Every time I put up the fart track, my eyes squint. I can't help it. Like I have to brace. Do you brace yourself for when you're going to fart? Like when you come out? Comedian Billy Connolly says most people do a test fart when they're in public. You only release 5% of the total fart, just so you can see like if it's lethal or not, and you do a little sample fart and see if you're watching the Bass Guy Show. We're gonna take a commercial break and we'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry if I take this show so seriously and try and make it like all like whatever slides and everything. We'll be back after this commercial. Bass Guy loves you. Oh, look at this. These photos just came in 5 minutes ago. We have middle class Batman, Jeev and his chickens, and Gajen, and these are all photographs from the 1980s. We'll be right back after this public service announcement from G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe!
Welcome, Mary. Hope you're well. Good to see you, Mary. In Scotland, they call everyone you don't know Mary. Ta, Mary. Thank you. I want everybody to move their head if you got your headphones on and you're at work and your coworkers are going to look at you. Just move your head a little bit and then move your head more and more, and your coworkers will think you're having more fun than them and they're going to get jealous and then they're going to want to be next to you. This is a social experiment. Do it now, Sloppy. Watching the Bass Guy show. Let's check the sync. 1. 1, 2, 3. How is the sync? 1, 2, 3. My name is Jack. I'm the opposite of whack. I like to rap. How about that? My mama thinks I'm cuckoo and my dada thinks I'm lame. I said people think of me all of the same. I went to school and I acted like a fool. I got a bad grade, so it treated me like a babe. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rock. Hickory dickory dock, suck my what? Don't push me to the edge. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. We had to do an emergency stop, please. We had to do an emergency stop because it's so hot. I actually went up and weighed myself. I lost 3 pounds this week. 3 pounds due to not eating as much, and that it's hot outside. When it's hot outside, you don't want to eat. Scarlett is like my thermometer. Scarlett is on the porch right now. He is in the stairwell. And Scarlett won't even look at me. He's just completely asleep. And if I come up to him, he'll turn upside down, and I have to give him belly rubs. So you're watching the Bass Guy Show, and that was a show called Let's Start Off with the Jam because it's freaking hot and I got sweaty balls. Bass Guy Loves You, No Fear. It's a song I just composed in my head. We have some images here that people have been sending in of the 80s. We have Middle Class Batman, who's here with us in the room right now, who's saying Dave. That was the name of the song. So hello, Dave. Welcome, Dave, buddy. My We Are the Right friend. May the prophet of Robo, Shobo, Hobo High cleanse your undercarriage. Shaka! Oh. So welcome, Dave. You are today's winner. All we hear is Radio Goo Goo. See, the drugs have kicked in. We're going to go to our first segment. Hello, Middle Class Batman. Hello, Dave Hancock. Hello, Sand Monster. Hello, Sloppy. Hello, Mary Unfocused. Hello, Jeeves Chicken Nugget. There's Jeeve in the middle with his shotgun. And there's Middle Class Batman with his baseball bat gun. And there's Gajen with the motorcycle, which can be gunning down the street. I think we have another image that someone sent in, and this is, if I can find it. I'm trying to look through my stills here. Larry, can you put up section 7B5 and put the left still in place of segment 5? Yeah. No, take your time. There's no rush at all. It's not like this is a live show and people are watching or anything like that. I can't find the frickin' still I'm looking for. Well, here's a picture of E.T. while you're waiting. There's Satan Loves. He's been hanging out with E.T. And where the frick is that photograph? Frickin', it is so hot here. Bass Guy Loves You, No Fear. You're watching the Bass Guy Show live from Montreal. And here's some more 80 photos. This is from the 80s, the Bass Gang. There's Satan Loves and Larry the producer and other people. I honestly cannot find the oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, Van the Man. Let's put on some extreme 80s Van music. So there's Officer Van in the middle. One day he's an officer, one day he's a radical snowboarder, the next day he's a swimming pool contractor for large facility units. He just built a swimming pool that has like ladders that go way up and it drops straight down and you jump into it. It's so freaking awesome. And talking about Van, here's another form of Van. Here is Satan Loves in his Space Tiger van watching Herbie Goes Bananas, his favorite movie. Herbie Goes Bananas, that's all he watches. It's on a constant loop, so that's the way it goes. And that's about it. We're going to go to our first segment on the show, which is the Bass Guy World News. The Bass Guy World News, man. Okay, so we're going to do the news now, and like I said, we want to calm down, we want to relax. I put a little Bass Guy thing here. I hope it's not in the way too much. It's just in case you want to know where you can check out Bass Guy. We have a brand new website. Our new website is bassguyshow.com, produced by Sloppy on Focus. Beautiful, slick, smooth to be talking about on the Bass Guy World News. Rad. It's getting there. It's good. It's got information. You want to find out what time the Bass Guy Show is on? bassguyshow.com. You want to know how your mortgage rate is going and how the stocks are doing? bassguy.com. It's an 80s website. That's right. So, let's get on with the news. This is the news for Wednesday, July the 27th. We like to do little segments between our jams and songs, so we break it up. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for your time, and thank you for being here. Our first news story starts in New York, not New York City, but New York State, in a little town called New Jersey. And what is happening in New Jersey is a Pokemon craze. I heard this on the radio. Judy and Dennis sent me. There's a Pokemon Go viral situation, and there was 150 people blocking a fire station in New Jersey. One of their main fire stations became a hot spot, a Pokemon Go stop, and there were so many people. Here's a photograph of it here. That they've written New Jersey. It's not New York. I know that. I know it's a different place. It's just close by. You know, you have to like drive there. It takes an hour to get there. I done gone looked at a map once. So in New Jersey, there's a Pokemon stop in front of a firehouse. So New Jersey officials have written to the Pokemon Go people and have asked them to remove the hotspot for it's blocking the entrance of the fire station. And if anyone could tell you, our good friend Charlie, and we also have Dave and Jeeve, other officials in the Base Guy show, if you're at a Pokemon stop, please do not block emergency services. You know, all jokes aside, you might die if you're frickin' looking. What are we doing looking for frickin' Pikachu? It really is amazing how much time we put into sports and gladiator sports and games, and it's a phenomenon. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying that's what people like. It's crazy. Even like look back here in the 80s video games. What's that, Larry? You don't want me to speak? Okay, sorry. Larry says stick to the news, you fucking bastard. Larry, you got me swearing again. God damn it. I got Larry on an intercom system. Larry's in Vancouver right now with his family. But he's coming through the intercom. He's still controlling the show. So, Public Servants Week. Ask and you shall receive, Dave. I mean, who are these guys? I just turned off AR to play Pokemon. Every single one of those Pokemon chasers are marriage material. That's right. That's good, Mary. Yeah. If you're looking for the right man or woman, just go hang out at bus stops and fire stations, and you shall meet the man of your Pokemon Go dreams. Jeeve Stones, if you're not at a Pokemon stop, you have given up on life. Pokemon Go lives matter. So, isn't this amazing? This is the Base Guy News. This is where people come to find out about all the informations of the world. Now we're going to go to Sweden, and this starts with cheese. Who cut the cheese? Sorry about that. Divers in Sweden. This has got to do with going underwater. Underwater is always a little bit scary because you can't breathe there, and it makes you dead if you stay down there. Divers in Sweden sniff out 340-year-old cheese. There's divers in Sweden. They found a shipwreck or something, and they found cheese intact. This is not the cheese. I just looked for any old cheese. Just, you know, I couldn't find something to make the proper cut of the show for the cheese. They found cheese that was super old. And our last story is to do with Mars. This is pretty fascinating. Scientists are saying that rocks on Mars, they found proof of oxygen inside rocks on Mars, which means there's more hints of life on the planet. They found evidence of oxygen on Mars, and before, in I think it was the year 2000, it was all over the papers, they found evidence of water on Mars. So this latest photo in, Larry the producer has been spotted on the planet Mars. He got lost on the way to Vancouver. He turned left at Chicago, and okay, I'll stop, it's not going anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you just done gone watch the Base Guy World News. Thanks. Is that the new Inagaki? Oh, come on. We know who you are. I know who you are, my box-shaped friend. I thought that was Ryan Inagaki. We all sent Ryan messages yesterday, Shaka, and I've been writing to Ryan, and he's just been super, super busy with a project. Sorry to talk about you, Ryan, but I love your bones. You're a sexy, sexy man, Ryan. Talking about Ryan, Ryan is the moon on our set. The green screen is totally on fleek today, so I apologize profusely for that. So I have a string here. I don't know if you can see the string. See, I can pull a piece of string for where I am. It's hanging up on the... See, this is my life. And I can pull up the string, and that's Ryan's face. That's Ryan Inagaki. So we put on some sound effects there with my finger, and action. And if the sync is off, then it's pointless. All my hard work is bullshit if the sync is off. So we turn the camera back, tilt it down. Let's try a sound check before we start our next song. 1, 2, 3. Best feature ever. I have You Better, Pantless, Too Soon. So yeah, you're watching the Bass Guy Show, a live interactive comedy music chat show. We go through periods where, like, at some points we'll get 10 phone calls an episode, and then 10 weeks will go by and we'll get no phone calls. And I like that because it's spontaneous and we never know what is going to happen. So we introduced the show. We did a song already called It's Frickin' Hot and I Got Sweaty Balls, So Let's Just Relax, Bass Guy Loves You, No Fear. Then we did the world news, and now we're just talking crap because we're hot. And if you want to help the Bass Guy Show or support the Bass Guy Show or check out the Bass Guy Show, I strongly advise you to go check out bassguyshow.com. We've had some letters from people saying that it completely changed their lives, and nothing has been the same since. They're losing sleep, and they're lost their jobs, and you know, it's changing the world. bassguyshow.com. So we're going to do a jam now. I'm going to ask you if you have a request, if there's anything from the Bass Guy catalog you'd like to hear. And then after that, we're going to go on to This Day Today. So that's the Bass Guy Show in a nutshell. So, time to go to lunch. Have a great day, everyone. I can't tip. Waiting for new CC. Good night, Jeeve. Is Jeeve taking off? Well, Jeeve, take care. It was really good to see you. Jeeve is our friend in Oklahoma. We have a photograph of him here in the 1980s. And let's just do a little visual audio break. We're going to take a little trip through the 1980s all over again. Bass Guy Loves You, No Fear. Dave says, I request Shaka blessings for Miss B, Miss K, Miss S, for my 3 foster daughters that left the trophy wife and I a year ago today. Might need a little moonbeam, rainbow dolphin kiss. Dave, you've got it. Ask and you shall receive. Ladies and gentlemen, that took the whole life out of me. We're going to have to go to an audio-visual 80s experience. Please stand by. I will be updating the photographs. I just haven't had time to add Max Headroom and Fraggle Rock and Pac-Man. Watching the Bass Guy Show. It is 1980s week. Here's a picture of Pac-Man for Mary. It's like the best show ever made. I hope everybody is well and enjoying the show. We're just doing a little audio-visual segment because it's way too hot. 1980s week, baby. What's it all about, Alfie? Does anybody remember Commander Mark? After school, he had a drawing show, and he would teach you how to draw little cities, and you'd add to it. And through the month, the drawing was huge on the wall, and people would send in their drawings. Amazing artist, Commander Mark. One of my favorite shows. What else have we got here that we haven't seen yet? I'm looking, I'm searching. There's our good friend Van in the middle in the 1980s. Protect and serve, protecting us from zombies. MTV, I remember the first day MTV came out was at my grandmother's house. I was sitting right in front of the TV, all alone, touching the TV screen, so excited. Bands like Run DMC, Salt and Peppa. It was awful, the 80s. I'm still traumatized. Live Aid. We had Live Aid in the 80s. Look at all those people. Queen played. I watched Live Aid. You can watch it on YouTube. It's very fascinating to watch it. It's the music industry and narcissism at its peak. But some of the bands are just absolutely fabulous. There's Run DMC. It was actually awesome times. We used to go-kart down the road and everything, and there's a television studio in the 80s. Let's go to the television studio right now.
Of your choice. Dreams currently available.
Well, we have shared so much information with you during this video. You'll probably watch it several times over before you understand it all completely.
If you have any problems, do me a favor. Give me a call sometime.
Oh, I sure will, Joe.
Action poses work well with most props, such as drinking the Pepsi.
Custom cut.
What was it called again?
Theater movies?
Live Aid.
And hang around men's gymnasiums.
The celebrity that looks...
Okay, so that's a sample from the 80s dating show. So these are all real segments. You're watching the Bass Guy Show. We're going to go to some music after a commercial. It was called, I think it was called Live Aid instead of Band Aid, wasn't it? Band Aid. Yeah, it was called Band Aid or Live Aid. I think it was called Live because it was a new thing back then. Satellite television used to be a big deal. Like, we can now watch TV. We're live from Europe, and the main stage in the States was in Chicago, and the main stage in Europe was in London, and there was more people than Woodstock watching on TV. Band-Aid was one thing, Live Aid was another thing. I think you're right. I think it was all confusion. It was the time of cocaine was at its peak. If you watch, you learn a lot from history from the 80s. Cocaine, Colombia, drug war, Nancy and Ronald Reagan. There was strikes all across Europe, especially in London. The shit hit the fan in New York City, which led to breakdancing and hip-hop. There was places in New York City where you could not go into. The police would not even go in there. It was so dangerous. There was heat waves. There was a lot was going on. There's a lot of kidnappings in the news. Technology was just all of a sudden just growing exponentially. There was satellite television. Family Ties was on. Michael J. Fox was doing Family Ties, and he was contracted to do Family Ties, and he shot Back to the Future at the same time and was working 20-hour days and whatnot. So I'm a little bit tired today as well. I didn't sleep last night. I've done this 2 or 3 days in a row. I've been working at night. I fell asleep at 5 yesterday at dinner time, and then woke up at 10 or 11 at night, and then worked through the night doing some arts, graphic arts and stuff for bands and whatnot. So I'm going to go to a break. I'm talking shite. Sorry for ranting and raving. I'm just a little bit too hot to jam. The 80s spawned our love of gin and blow, says Dave. Thank you, Dave. Classic Doctor Who ended so much. And you go back and watch these things. It's amazing to watch. So yeah, check out Live Aid. It's pretty amazing. There's like 14 or 15 hours worth of the stuff. Madonna actually did a really good set. Madonna's set was incredible. It was like she was young and full of energy, and the band were all like jazz fusion musicians. Amazing, amazing stuff. We'll be back right after this short commercial break.
I'm just kidding with you.
Hey man, here's that weird dude.
The song is for Dave, so that all Shaka blessings may come true. Wish you luck. Love you, Dave. Love you, everybody. Thank you for watching the Bass Guy Show. When the rain and the sun make the flowers wet. The bluebird winked at me today. God's just saying this is the way. A baby hedgehog tucked in a ball. Love has a blanket, cozy and small. Puppies rolling down the meadow greens. Kittens purring like tiny love machines. Crowns, the golden sun shine down on us. Growing all things tall and just. Cotre fruits, tall free trees. Gravities, fallen mysteries. Liquid colors of fountain mist. Moonbeam, rainbow, dolphin kiss. Liquid colors, fountain mist. Moonbeam, rainbow, dolphin kiss. Liquid colors, fountain mist. Moonbeam, rainbow, dolphin kiss. Good luck, Coach Ray. We love you. Liquid colors of fountain mist, moonbeam, rainbow, dolphin kiss. Liquid colors of fountain mist, moonbeam, rainbow, dolphin kiss. Jazz, man. Liquid colors of fountain mist, moonbeam, rainbow, dolphin kiss. Liquid colors of fountain mist, moonbeam, rainbow, dolphin kiss. Liquid colors of fountain mist. Please refresh the page. I'm going to disappear.
From the Thundercats? That's impossible. What is that familiar smell? Show. Thundercats are on the loose. Thundercats are loose.
Oh my goodness, I apologize for that. That was Larry. Larry, you're fired. Larry loaded up the desk with sound effects before he left when he was here. He told me he left a few surprises on for me, so apologize for that. The views and opinions of the Bass Guy Show and the Bass Gang may not reflect the views and opinions of the Bass Gang and the Bass Gang Show. Everything you see is merely coincidence and is a form of expression, and we mean to harm no one. I honestly just put the sound effects on at random. Sometimes I don't even listen to what I'm putting on. Should we make a Vine of that, or will we get fired? They're just words, man. We're having fun. We're not out to hurt anybody. We love everybody. We want everyone to hold glands and love each other. We're going to go to our next segment now, which is This Day Today on the Bass Guy Show. Oops. This day today on the Bass Guy Show. Okay, so these are things that happen this day today, which is... Oh, damn it. Beak is a very naughty bird. These are things that happen on July the 27th. Isn't this amazing? The planet world and a thing called the universe, which is everything, has been around for over 350 years. Okay? Hundreds and dozens of millions of minutes we've existed. And here we are, all here right now. I know I'm pointing out the obvious. There's nothing I could say that you don't already know. I'm just talking about it. No, we're going to go into it right now. Yeah, baby. I'm just saying, it's amazing, this day today. That's my point. As this day today, we're all here. Here are things that happened on this day today in another here. July 22nd. We're going to go to, we need some images here. Oh, damn it, it's hot. It's so frickin' hot. What the hell happened to all my images? Okay, there they are. Oh, we're on the wrong. Okay, Larry, could you put up still 7 and go to folder 15? And then input 7.5, yeah, and then put up a picture of that guy there, yeah. So on this day today, on July 22nd, 1974, July 27th, sorry, 1974, the House begins the impeachment of Nixon, the whole Watergate trial. They began to get Nixon out of there. I'm not a criminal, he famously said. The Watergate thing happened. They started to get rid of him today in 1974. We're going to keep this short. This goes on to Lance Armstrong. This is incredible. He won his 5th Tour de France in a row. So I guess he was on his game for a long time. And he actually did the Tour de France while drinking. The whole time he was drinking champagne in one hand. He needed to challenge himself, you know. And I looked up birthdays, and this is like a phenomena. There are birthdays, but there was no one that I recognized, partially due to my empty brain. So instead of going to birthdays, we will remind you that this day today, every day for hundreds of years, the Perseids meteorite shower is on. I've been looking up at the sky for 3 days straight now, and I haven't seen anything. I'm very tempted to go on top of my roof, like a 4-story tall building roof, and go up there tonight probably and check out and see if I can see any stars. So we remind you to look up, and maybe this day today. We should do this day tomorrow. So sorry if this segment was half-assed today, but that was this day today. Album of the day. So, we have the album Phil Collins, Face Value, album of the day. We've seen a lot of these. The Queen album, Lionel Richie. Oh, damn it. Here's one we didn't do. Purple Rain, we did that. Was that the meteorite shower thing happening Sunday too? Yes, it starts today, and it's supposed to be most prominent today, well, yesterday, the day before, and today, and for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then there's a specific date, I forget what it is, where there's a different meteorite shower. See, they're in an orbit, and they're going around in a huge circle, and every year these comets come out and break out into the atmosphere. Anything can happen. We saw in the news 2 years ago in Russia that huge meteorite almost landed, and if the trajectory was any more straight into the Earth, we could have not been here. And no one knew it was coming. So it's proof that it can just come out of nowhere. We're not technologic. We got a thing called science in the air. Okay, we got. Oh God, I can't think. It's too hot. Wham! Make it big. Yeah, baby. I think they did. That's what the whole Live Aid thing was for. The AIDS epidemic also broke out in 1980, and then by 1980, tens of thousands of people died, and it could affect anybody, including children. And they put together the concert to try and raise money for, mostly in Africa, they needed aid and for awareness. So really watch it on YouTube. Go to the school of YouTube. People were promiscuous in the 70s and the 80s. The 70s is the 60s was the decade of love, and it all ended in the 80s, and was taken over by copious amounts of cocaine and Coca-Cola. I even remember watching cartoons as a kid. You can check it out on YouTube. During the commercial breaks, they'd have public announcement messages from the government telling your parents to like don't do cocaine because everyone was doing it. The Eurythmics, Dennis and Judy sent me. No Sloppy, that's used to live in Africa, by the way. U2 War. It was all produced by Bob Geldof. He put the whole thing together. We are the world, we are the children. The Scottish comedian Billy Connolly, who had his 80s sitcom called Head of the Class, who was a teacher. Billy Cobham I used to live on the same street as Billy Cobham in Scotland. Wow, traffic. Billy Cobham made a joke about We Are the World. You know, all the musicians, Stevie Wonder and everyone, they're all holding hands. We are the world, we are the children. They're all happy. And then one of the lines is, there are people dying all across the world, and they're all smiling. And Billy Connolly pointed it out, like they're saying there are people dying all over the world, and they're all smiling and happy while they sing it. Little joke there. So there's album of the day. I hope you enjoyed that frickin' segment. I'm gonna go stick my head in a cold bucket of water. Okay, so coming up last and next we have world news, Frankie McDonald, the weather. So thank you for watching the Bass Guy Show. I'm just going to put the green screen back on. All you have to do is grab the corner of the screen. It's like folding soup. You just carefully... Steve Martin writes some pretty funny books, and one is from the 80s, and he has different chapters. And in one of the chapters of his books, he explains in detailed manner how to fold soup. So check out How to Fold Soup by Steve Martin. Probably the text is online. If someone could find that for me, actually, if you don't mind, go find Steve Martin, How to Fold Soup. We Are the World was a different thing. Don't forget. Yeah, it was. It's all mixed up. The 80s was a blur. I remember the first cassette tape came out, and my neighbors had a cassette machine. You could record a cassette to cassette, and we would record things off the radio because we couldn't afford to buy the songs, or you had to go downtown to get a tape. So it's very hot today. We're here in Montreal. You've just gone watch the Bass Guy Show. We're a live, interactive music comedy chat show. It's really in the winter that things get busier. This is the peak of summer. People are out on vacation. Part of me feels bad. I didn't get back in touch with John down the street. John down the street texted me yesterday and invited me to go to swimming at Pointe de Cascade, which is a place where my mom used to go swimming. It's a big dam, and you can jump off like 50 to 100 feet off a dam into the water. Pretty dangerous place, and there's graffiti there, and people smoke and drink, and you have beers, and it's an abandoned water system reservoir, and algae has grown there. Tons of vegetation at the bottom, and that's what vegetation does. Is if there's tons of plants in the water, it actually cleans the water, and the water is so clean because of all the little bugs and shit. They eat all the pollution, and they make the area complete. It's like a lagoon. So it's a very famous place where people go swimming. And John said, "Why don't you come down?" And but I worked right through the night. I worked like 4 hours last night doing some work, and then the show. And I'm trying to get my life together. We're suffering here at Enlightenment Industries. We've got shredded. This explains it all. we've got shredded wheat on the bird feeder. Even the birds are looking at me funny. I saw a blue jay land on it this morning, and it rolled its eyes at me and flew away. So I'm basically failing at life. I got to clean the apartment building stuff. So I'm sorry, John. I really wanted to go. I really should have gone with you, but I'm sorry. I just didn't. I failed. I let you down. I let the community down. Of course, you know I'm joking, but thank you for the invite. Sometimes you just got to let go, and you just got to stop. So I'm going to take a little break, so please stand by. So here's a little segment from Spike Milligan's book, My Part in His Downfall, Adolf Hitler, during war training. Outside a lunatic asylum one day, a gunner was picking up stones. Up popped a lunatic and said to him, "Good morning, Gunner Jones. How much a week do you get for doing that?" 15 bob, he cried. He looked at me with a look of glee, and this is what he cried. It's reading time. "Come inside, you silly bugger, come inside. I thought you had a bit more sense. Working for the army, take my tip. Act a bit balmy and become a lunatic. You get your 4 meals regular and 2 suits besides. What? 15 bob a week? A wife and kids to keep. Come inside, you silly bugger. Come inside." Yeah, baby. I think we're going to skip the last song because it's too hot. Thank you for your support. Frick off, Sheila. Thank you for your support. We're going to take a short break and then go to Frankie. And then I think the heat wave starts tomorrow. So I don't even know, like, the real heat wave is supposed to hit tomorrow. This is just the beginning. We're going to go to Frankie McDonald in a minute. Please stand by. Bass Guy loves you. Have a beer.
You don't have to live with the shame and embarrassment anymore. Here at FAP, we teach you the skills you need to keep pornlexia from dictating your life. For more information, please visit the Pornlexia Association of Florida website today and see what FAP can do for you. That address is www.fap.org/info.
In Seattle, Washington, Tacoma, Washington, Point Angels, Washington, and the surrounding areas as well. It's going to bring very hot conditions, and it's going to bring high temperatures. It's going to bring sunny conditions and living in Seattle, Washington, and the rest of the state of Washington, including Spokane, Washington, and the surrounding areas as well. If everybody living in the state of Washington, be prepared for massive heat waves starting on Thursday, July 28, 2016. Take care, stay safe. Don't get too hot. Stay cool, stay safe.
And you want me to say, please say it now on the wall or forever hold your peace. Who's in? So yesterday we shaka blasted Ryan. Now we're going to shaka blast Pi. It's good to just send out a bit of love to people. If you're watching the Bass Guy Show, please check us out on our brand new website, which is thebassguyshow.com. You can check out Bass Guy Show's albums and videos and whatnot. Today's show is brought to you by Enlightenment Industry. It's brought to you by the 1980's. We hope everyone enjoyed today's segment. This is the band I'm playing with this weekend on Friday. It's going to be fun. We're playing at the Beer Market in Montreal from 10 p.m. till 3 a.m. in the morning. We're told that Satan Loves and Larry the producer are supposed to call into the show soon. So we hope that happens. Remember to eat your broccoli responsibly and take your celery seriously, and really listen to what Frankie McDonald said. If it's hot where you are, please drink some water. And hey, guess what? Chicky Mickey is Employee of the Month. Congratulations, Chicky Mickey. You're Employee of the Month for 18 months straight now. It's kind of like the Lance Armstrong thing, you know, you just keep winning. Don't be late for class. School starts again in August. That's when we really get into it. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, no fear. Bass Guy loves you. Bass Guy loves you, no fear. Larry! Voice recording of your hilarious skit in MP3 format. And Larry, our producer, will turn your idea into a full-blown THX Dolby Stereo Polyphonic Googleplex audio advert that will blow the minds of millions. Once again, on behalf of the Bass Guy Show and Enlightenment Industries, thank you. No fear.
Let's stay in touch and not lose that contact. Because it's good contact. It's important. Because
Did you just watch the Bass Guy Show on the Bass Guy Show replay on YouTube? Well, click on the subscribe button now and help us out by subscribing to the show. Please tell a friend. If you know anyone who has a YouTube channel, let them subscribe to the Bass Guy Show channel and it will change your life. Bass Guy Show channel, Bass Guy Show channel, Bass Guy Show channel, Bass Guy Show channel. Bass Guy loves you, no fear. Bass Guy Show channel. Yeah, baby. Yeah.